Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to your Soul 3 Revolution with me, Lise. This is going to be a general message for the air signs. So Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Let's see what we have going on. I've seen this card. It came out 2 times in the pre-shuffle and it wants to be known now. So I'm going to keep it out. We'll see if it ties into the read. Let's see what's going on for the air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Show me what's happened in the recent past. Show me what's going on in the present moment. In the present moment. What's going to happen in the future? Most likely outcome. Most likely outcome. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this has significance. The bottom of the deck is the 10 of wind. There's a lot of air energy here, actually. We have the 10 of wind, the 7 of wind, the 2 of wind. In the past, okay, so the overall energy is the 10 of wind. There's something that you are having to take a step back from, heal from, get over. Some type of betrayal. I'm not sure where this falls, if it's in the workplace, if it's in a relationship, but I know that there was a difficult time that you had to get over with the 10 of wind, right? There may have been a lot of gossip or drama around you or this situation, guys, because the 7 of wind came out, which is the 7 of swords, but in this deck it's called many tongues, but it's like my liar, cheat, thief card, but this is like gossip and slander. It's something like that. There's like a lot of buzz around you from something that you're overcoming. In the past, gosh. So it's like in the past you pulled back from toxicity, pulled back from negativity, ghosted negativity, left negativity behind you. You or you were quiet about an abusive situation, something like that, or you were quiet about something toxic, something like that. In the present moment, air sign, some of you are stuck. You're trying to, it's like you're trying to climb a mountain. You're building and you're going on with life and everything's, good, right? Like you're moving forward, right? That's what I mean by that. Like you're just one foot in front of the other. I'm going to climb this mountain, so to speak. But you're still stuck in your mind. You're stuck in two, you're stuck in two minds. It has something to do with, it's the Father of Fires here, but something to do with like attraction. Clarify the Father of Fire. Yeah. Okay. So it has to do with you're still attracted to. It's saying it's like you're attracted to someone that abandoned you from the past, or you're attracted to someone that you feel at a distance from. You're attracted to hold that. There's another storyline too. So it is the things that I said, but I also see it in a different way now too. Your old life or an old way of being or doing something that you're trying so hard to get out of and overcome you are still attracted to some sort of belief system, some sort of way of thinking, and it's stopping you from moving forward in the present moment. There was a lot of talk or a lot of drama surrounding whatever this was. I don't know, air signs, if you were involved in this or if this was put on you. Like, I can't tell because the energy feels pretty 50-50. So for some of you, this is happening to you. For others of you, look, we all grow. So maybe you were like this in the past. Maybe you were the toxic one, right? Not saying that you are, but for some of you, you were. I'm an honest reader, right? And you somehow kept, like, you would ghost when things got too toxic or something like that. Then you would like start over, but something keeps pulling you back to an old way of being. There's some kind of attraction to feeling it's either abandoned or is an attraction to an old mindset, a lack mentality. It's not even that you're attracted to it. What it is your mind is thinking in two ways. It's either this or this, right? Like, I'm either building and moving forward with my life, right? Or you resort back. It's something like that, like you're having a hard time. For others of you that you ghosted a situation that was toxic, or you stayed, all right, for those of you that ghosted a situation that was toxic, you are trying to build your life and get over this situation, but you're stuck in two minds because it's like as you're moving towards, your future, you're still like thinking about the person that abandoned you or betrayed you or the situation. It's still in your head. It's still fresh in your head. For those of you that yeah, that's what I got. The future, the outcome is something's going to change. Mother of Earth to the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I'm going to ask Spirit because I am having a very hard time seeing if the wheel is turning in your favor or if you're resorting back. Because the way that the card is like showing me, I see it both ways. I don't always, but that might make sense with the Two of Wands. You're at a precipice, air signs. Do I go? It's like coming when we outgrow people and we outgrow things, and when we change our lives, and who gives a fuck how you were in the past? Have you, as long as you've changed and you make consistent changes and you change behavior and you keep moving forward, right? You hold yourself accountable for the things in the past, but you don't need to stay there, right? We all go through stuff. You can't people can't just bring up your past if you're still changing and you've outgrown that. That's like robbing a house that you don't live at anymore. That's not your stuff, right? Like, it's something like that. It's almost like some of you are frustrated because you're not seeing a lot of change quick enough or something. And so it's like, well, I kind of want to resort back to this way to make this move faster, right? But you can't. For others of you, you're missing someone that was toxic to you, and you know that this was a toxic situation, but you can't get it out of your head. For others of you, this is saying, I left the past in the past, whether this was you or someone else, right? I've changed. I'm overcoming all the things that I've done to others and what others have done to me. I don't care what people are saying, because I am moving forward and, like bright times ahead type thing. I'm just going to keep my head down, stay focused, right? And climb that mountain. As you're going up the mountain, it's like you're in two minds and you're like, this is a lot harder than I thought. And maybe if I just did this way, but it's like you're understanding that you can't go back to whatever this was, whether you or them, because it's going to put you back in a lack mentality, a lack mindset, something about you know, maybe some of you had relationships that weren't loving, that maybe they were sexual based and you always felt abandoned by this. Maybe some of you are poly. Look, I call it how I see it, and I don't get things for no reason, right? Maybe some of you are poly and it's not working out for you, but you felt really abandoned by someone. You're still feeling that. It's like I'm hearing talk of the town, but I don't think that you are the talk of the town. I think it's just for me to emphasize that there was a lot of busybodies in your business when they need to get their own fucking life. For real. Get a life. Say it with me, air signs. Get a life, losers. Don't let people... We're not going to let people try to pull our old self out. We're not going to let people bring up our past shit when we have made changes, right? Like, no, we're not doing that. And if people are still doing that around you, get rid of those fucking people, because they don't mean you any good. Because a normal, good person with a sound mind that is sane understands that life is struggle and we all have our own journey. And every day is a brand new day. So if you are making consistent changes for the good, fuck these people. Fuck them all. No. This, you know, we have to try hard to not care what people think, because everyone's always going to have an opinion. And, you know, nobody knows you as much as you know yourself. It looks like you went through some shit. Some of you, this was the shit, right? Like you were, whether it was you or them, it doesn't really matter, because you've overcome that. You're stuck in your two minds, but Spirit wants you to keep going, because there's something that you're not seeing. And that is the Mother of Earth, the cycle. Let's see. Where's the cycle turning? I really feel like, I kind of, like it's 50-50, but I'm leaning more towards it's going in your favor, but let's see. Okay. The Mother of Earth. So if you're working on something with business, Earth, air sign, sorry, I had Earth energy here. There's a lot of financial abundance coming into you, whatever you're working on. Eight of Earth, and then the Mother of Earth, and the Wheel of Fortune too. So tides are changing for you. Now, here's the thing. When I asked, the Hangman came out, so it's like I got to look at it. They're asking me to look at it from a new person. Why? Why do I need to look at it that way? Let's see. Okay, thanks, Spirit. Okay, so you come out with the Mother of Earth. This is feminine energy, right? Whether you're male or female, it's feminine energy. It's a feminine side of you. Some of you might have been too feminine, and I don't mean it doesn't matter if you're male or female. I mean too passive. That's what I mean. And so tides are changing. Times are changing. In the future, the Mother of Earth is changing. But it's also saying it's happening on Earth. That's why the Earth card came out. It's a tangible, practical here and now. You're building towards something. Now, whether this is for you're working on yourself, or you're working on yourself plus a business, because there's a lot of money here too. What's happening is you're changing from too passive, or maybe even passive aggressive, right? It happens. We all go through stuff. But you're changing from that, because you're going to see something in a new way, and it's going to balance out. Look, the Father of Earth is here now, and the Mother of Earth is here, which is the feminine and the masculine. Like, you're going to be balancing out your feminine and masculine energy. So if you were too passive before, or if you were passive aggressive before, you're learning to be assertive in the feminine, but in the masculine energy. And how do I mean that? The best way I can explain it is how I've always explained it. When we as a human, regardless of sex or gender, speak to a child, we are using our feminine energy. When we as a human assert ourselves, whether male or female, We're using our masculine energy. Now, when you're too feminine, like when it's unbalanced, as in more than 50% feminine, we'll say, just for purpose to understand what I'm saying, right? There's an imbalance. Like you can be taken advantage of. You can become highly emotional, right? And that's right. Well, when you're balancing it out, you're understanding something within yourself. The Wheel of Fortune, a cycle is ending. Something is changing within you. You're learning to bring the balance of the Mother of Earth and the Father of Earth together. So it's like being in your feminine energy, creating, loving, caring, kind, right? All these things. But also speaking up when you need to, but in an assertive way, not overly aggressive. Because overly aggressive and a feminine can be like emotional, not being able to control your emotions, highly emotional, snippy, snappy, rude, belligerent, right? Because you're going off how you feel without bringing the logic in. So this is like balancing it out. You're learning how to balance things out. You don't want whatever happened in the past to happen again. And for some of you, it's a change in yourself that made it so that you'll never accept this again. For others of you, the change in yourself so that you don't go back to being whatever this was before. See what I'm saying? The outcome is good. It's like also showing, it's like air sign, someone or something betrayed you in the past, or you were used to betrayal, and then you change something within yourself. And as you're moving in the present moment and to keep changing, we sometimes slip back, and we old records we'll try to replay in our head, anxiety or depression, or just old records of old belief systems or something like that. But you have to, like, when you're doing it, be that other voice, which is the inner voice that says, no, this is not real. This is anxiety. This isn't, you have to kind of work stuff back. Like, no, I don't want to act this way because when I've acted this way in the past, it's only brought this. Oh, nope, I'm changing. I'm trying to do good, right? Or when I've forgiven and forgot in the past, I got betrayed again. So it's like a whole belief system and a way of being changing so that what has ever happened in the past, whether to you or you were the one, right, it won't happen again because you're changing from within. And it's also showing, out of all the kings and queens to come out, I really like seeing the Mother and Father of Earth, because that tells me in the future it's happening on Earth. Like, it's not just in spiritual time, which is energetic time, right? Because there's not really spiritual time, energetic time, tarot time isn't linear. It's just not. The spirit world doesn't work the same way we work. It's not like 3 o'clock in the morning there, right? Like, it could be in the future, in the past. Like, it's a bunch of different things. But the energy that's coming out, it's saying you can expect, if you keep moving in the ways that you are moving in the Most High, in the positive, in the optimistic, right? Like, without falling back and resorting to old ways or resorting to old beliefs or old patterns, you can expect that you become much more balanced. Your emotions will become more balanced. You're learning how to balance your emotions, and you're learning how to balance your mind. Maybe you're talking more about what happened. Maybe you're talking more about how you want to change, so things from the past don't repeat, right? Whatever this is, it's showing a progression. Whatever this is. And it's earth energy. And also specifically, if we want to look at time frames, I don't really always like to do this, but I feel it's important in this read. You can look at it around Virgo season or Sagittarius season, which is, or Leo season. Capricorn's here too. So anywhere from August to January, doesn't have to be, but I'm just giving a time frame for the future. Air signs. That's what I have for you. I hope that this reading made sense. Please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know if this reading resonates. I'll talk to you guys later, but before I do, let's pull a couple oracle cards. Let's see what your ancestors and guides have to say for the air signs. There we go. Remember the beauty in you, and remember the beauty that you are, air signs. Whether you're male or female, we all have beauty in us. Remember how abundant you are. Abundance, it comes from within, and then it sort of like vibrates out, and that's how we achieve things. Change, which is what you're doing now, air signs. And call for some support. You have a guardian angel. Now, this could be a literal guardian angel from the other realms, or this could be your own guardian angel, like you being your own, like yourself here and your higher self, right? So when you ask for help, you're asking yourself, but you're getting an answer from your higher self, not the conscious lower self, but from the higher self. So maybe it's saying to, maybe you need to meditate. Don't have to be. It's also saying, well, what do we know about guardian angels? Well, what we do know about them, if we go by the stories, they have an immense amount of compassion. But compassion does not mean an overabundance of, it's like granting compassion without granting sympathy. I feel for you in this situation, and I understand what you're going through, and I have compassion for, you know, what you're going through right now, but we still have to get through it. So we can't sit and just think about, oh, woe is me. Not that you are, because I'm not saying you are. This is just how the story goes, okay? But it's like, this is where I'm at. This is what I want. You ask yourself. So it's like you get an honest answer from your higher self, right? If you're getting an answer, or if you're getting an answer that you believed, excuse me, if you're getting an answer and it's an answer from an old like way of being or an old belief, that's your mind. That's not your higher self. Period. Right before we actually get the breakthroughs, we like before we break out into newness, into right, our mind wants to constrict us, because our mind is familiar. So it's going to start telling us all these different things to try to keep us in the comfort zone of the patterns that it knows. It doesn't want us to break out of that constraint, but that's where the toughest part is. Just at that point, once we break out of that, it gets better. It's always like the darkest before dawn. It's like that. So this might also be saying, like guardian angel, as in, think about when you're asking yourself the answer that you're getting, use your conscious mind to say, okay, is this what's best for me? You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes we can think when we're healing and when we're changing that we're getting the answers from our higher self, but it's our mind, our ego. And I don't mean like ego, like all puffy chest. No, it's our ego trying to keep us constricted. No, don't grow. And you know, so you have to like take a step back. It's also saying something about give yourself compassion without sympathy and listen to your higher mind. It will probably be the answer that you don't want to hear. You need to hear it, but you don't want to hear it. That's usually right, like it's what's best for you, but you don't want to really hear it. That's your higher self. The mind is the one that's like going to be like, oh yeah, fuck them, fuck that. Oh yeah, do that. It's okay to do that. It's like tells us things that we know aren't good for us, but because we maybe have done those things, it's a pattern. So if you are finding answers from an old way of being or a way, or a lifestyle that you're trying to come out of, that's how you know if it's your mind or your higher self. And I'm being reminded to wrap back around to those of you that this was a poly situation. Some of you are choosing to not be poly, to go more towards monogamous or to something like that. I mean, I don't know for sure. I just know when things come in my mind during a read, there's a reason for it. I'm not poly. So like there really would be, I don't have a history of it. So there really would be no reason for me to bring that up. You know what I mean? Just kind of giving you a little backstory on how this all works. But yeah, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this reading resonated, air signs. And I don't want to leave you like that. What do we got? Rhiannon, sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. You needed to see this. Because I saw you were trying to build something, you're trying to fix something, you're trying to do something. You're just stuck. That's what happens right before we break through. We feel stuck and we revert back. Don't let it, right? Like if you're a type of person, like let's say you get depressed and you know that like when you feel this way or this happens, a depression wave is coming on. So you switch it up to try to change the pattern. You don't sit in it and keep being depressed. I know it's a lot harder said than done, and I know that that may not be the greatest example, but it's an example that I have, right? Or if like you know that you can't really go out on Sunday nights because you'll like it's too much for you on Monday morning and it sets the tone for the Monday, not good, but you go out anyway, right? And then you start to decide, I'm not going to do that, but then that thought pops in your head. Fight against that thought, because we always know what's good for us. Just sometimes when we're changing, we choose to go back to what's easier, what's our comfort zone, right? You're breaking out of that, and I see great things for you, air signs. I really do, and I wish you the best. And I will be back again with another one. Please hit that like button, air signs, comment, share, and subscribe. And that is what I have for you guys. I love you. Bye.